What's up everyone, here is Acta and welcome back on my YouTube channel. This time I'm gonna talk about the new rotation we have on the Elemental City, the Rock rotation. It's not harder than the previous one, maybe it's an easier rotation if you use the correct heroes, because you are gonna see that here it is really punishing if you use the wrong mechanics, because enemies here or specific and you can't go with what you usually use. For example, here let me show you with Ilcaster here, Catherine, Nicholas also, and why not Hezonja. So let's try with that and let's see what you should avoid to do. So here, as all rotation, as we had for the fire rotation, we have three different kind of heroes. Here there are only two, the Scorpio, the Little Drake, and the dog. Their skills are not the same, and here in order to lower their damage dealt, you need to inflict some poisons to them. If you click on here and go check their skills here, they all have the same start of the passive. Here, for example, you can see that for each layer of poison you inflict on them, they are gonna get a rock piece for one turn and up to 5 layers, and each piece of rock they have on them reduces the damage they dealt by 15%, which is huge. That means if you have 5 layers of poisons on them, they are gonna deal 75% less damage. This is the way to go, because here they have specific mechanics to counter the teams with a lot of buffs. For example, if I take the Scorpio here, his passive, here you can read that whenever an enemy obtains a shield, the Scorpio is gonna pursue and attack them one time, up to 3 times for each enemy every turn. So every time you use a shield, he is gonna use his basic attack on all your heroes who get a shield, and this is what he is gonna inflict to your heroes. A lot of damage based on his attack, one poison, and also if you already have a poison on your heroes, they are gonna trigger one poison immediately. So using this skill, they can destroy your heroes. So you want to avoid using shields. But if you control them, you are able to use a shield. But if you use controls on the Drakes, you can't control them, because with their passive they are going to consume 5% of max HP and get an extra turn if they are controlled when they take their turn. For example, if they take 100, if they are frozen, if they reach 100% of turn meta, they are gonna get instantly an extra turn and lose all their debuffs. So this is how they are gonna work. So if they play, they are going to use the basic attack 3 targets, and inflict up to 3 layers of poisons per target, depending on the number of buffs you have on your heroes. If you have 0 buff, then you are not going to take any poison. So maybe it's the way to go. Or maybe try to get at least 1 buff every turn on your heroes. Maybe the consolidation from Catherine, because it's the best buff in the game in order to protect your heroes. It lowers a lot the damage taken. So if you have 3 buffs on your heroes, the Drakes are gonna destroy your heroes. And here on this team, for example, there are 3 Drakes, so you can take up to 9 layers of poisons on 3 heroes if they target the same 3 heroes every time. So be careful about that. And finally, then you have the dog. There is no dog here, but the dog, if any enemy dies, the dog is gonna cleanse all the debuffs he has on himself and heal his HP. He's gonna recover 15% of his max HP, if I am not mistaken. And on his basic attack, he can stun your allies. So it's a single target attack, if I remember correctly. You don't have a lot of threat coming from the dogs, but still. He can be annoying if he stays alive. He can make you waste some turns. So let's jump into the mistakes. Here, for example, I have Catherine and I want to use her as I use her every time. So I use the consolidation and then I apply the shield, but there are 2 Scorpios and they are gonna pursue all my heroes. Look at that. And as you can see, the second Scorpio is triggering the poison, so you have multiple stages of damage when he hits your heroes. So already 2 poisons on all heroes. The shield is broken here. I am only on stage 56, so Imagine on stage 70 plus. So now let's try to control them to see what is gonna happen. So here I have my Yellowcaster. I'm gonna control them. Okay, they are all frozen. Now I'm gonna freeze them one more turn. So when I use Nicholas exclusive 2, if I apply the freeze over a freeze, then I'm gonna increase the duration of the freeze by 1 turn. So if I do that, normally they shouldn't play 2 turns frozen. But it's not working on these drakes. So as you can see here, when they reach 100% turn meter, they get an extra turn and they attack you directly. And look at the number of poisons I have on my heroes. 6 poisons here, 4 poisons remaining here because she cleaned some poisons on other heroes. Otherwise my Yellowcaster would have had 7 poisons here, which is pretty huge because it's destroying my heroes. Look at that. Okay, no, it was my Ben Austin. I said Yellowcaster, but it was my Ben Austin. I'm almost dead with my Ben Austin. Hopefully I have the apple of Nicholas, but I'm not gonna use Nicholas in this content because it's not gonna work properly. And so here, as you can see, they are controlled, so I can apply the shield. They are not pursuing my heroes. So normally, if you are careful using this kind of team, maybe you can manage to beat this kind of content. But look at the damage. They are hitting hard if you don't inflict poisons on them. So let's try something different and see what we can use in here. So for example, here I'm gonna use remove Ben Austin, remove him, keep Catherine, remove both of them. I'm gonna use my Nita. Yeah, she likes exclusive. She is recent. I picked her yesterday. I can't wait to get the buff tomorrow. She's gonna deal more damage for sure. She's gonna be better. And also, if I have the first exclusive soon, it's gonna come soon, then she's gonna deal more damage. Here, I'm gonna try to use something different. Sinnoh and Weasley. You're gonna understand why. Let's do that, and I should try another one. Yeah, let's pick the system assisted hero here. So we have Awaken 5 heroes, exclusive 3 now, which is pretty interesting because you are gonna see that it is helpful. This one now is helpful. So I say that I wanted to use only 1 buff on my heroes, but for the sake of the video, I'm not gonna apply any buff on my heroes. I'm not gonna use the skill here. Lower the attack and the resistance of all enemies. Perfect. Okay, no, it didn't work. I don't have the resistance down on this Scorpio and on this Drake, but it should be okay. So, 3 poisons on all enemies, and look at that. They deal no damage to me. Because with 3 poisons on them, with only the ultimate of Nita, they deal 45% less damage, which is pretty huge. So let's apply 2 extra poisons on them, and now I take even less damage. And my Catherine can cleanse the dots if she takes her turn. So I don't even need the consolidation, you know what? So maybe you have better options than Catherine. So now let's use the ultimate here. Do they have a speed reduction? Yeah, you have to be careful because here, if I targeted another one, a Drake for example, with the basic attack of Sinnoh, they would have had a speed reduction on them, and Sinnoh has some chance on her skills when she deals direct damage to enemies to freeze them. And this is probably what is gonna happen on this Scorpio here. Okay, no, it didn't proc. Perfect. So now they have a speed reduction normally. Okay, it didn't proc on everyone. But 2 of them has the speed reduction 40%. It's because I don't have a lot of effect hit on her. It could be better than that. If I increase it, it's gonna be applied to everyone. So now let's not use this one because otherwise I'm gonna get some buffs on my heroes and I don't want that to happen. So let's reduce the speed here. deal more damage, trigger the poisons, and let's just, you know what, let's just continue like this. Look at that, I take no damage. So here I have some poisons, so yeah, I take some poison damage, but if I cleanse them, then it's okay for me. So let's try to get at least 3 poisons on everyone in order to be efficient. Lower their attack again, perfect, more poisons, and now they have 75% damage reduction, so here I am safe. I take no damage at all. So let's use that, lower their speed, and now it worked. Everybody has the speed unless 40%, so I'm pretty safe. I can apply my dots, and it's okay. So let's do it. Okay, it takes a lot of turns, but it's safe. Speed reduction on the Scorpio, etc. I get my cooldowns back and I reuse them. Pretty nice, pretty nice. So this is how it works. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna try to push this elemental city, and when I'm done doing this, I'm gonna record some videos on boss fights in order to show you the mechanics to beat them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If it's the case, as usual, please like, comment and subscribe, and then see you in the next one. Bye bye!
Infinite Magic Raid. Play to slay.